Well, it's been the long hard day. Ooh, almost misspoke there. It's been a long hard day, and we finally made it to Kakolrico village. Let's go take a look around. What do we got here? Oh, it's a trading post. 5 rotten flesh for 1 rupee, 5 bones for 1 rupee, and there's the shopkeeper Talon. How's it going, buddy? Let's see what we got there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I have exactly 5. Nice. And you know what? I am fresh out of rupees, as you can see on the right side there. Don't got that many. So let's put in the 5 and nice. Alright, got 1 rupee there. Alright, what do we have over here? We've got Malin's Groceries. 3 rupees for 10 bread, or 5 rupees for 12 steak. And grocery, of course, is Malin. I'm guessing he's the brother of Talon here. And okay, so it looks like we need more rupees. I got a lot of bones. How much do I have? Oh, not a round number. Okay, you know what? Let's go with, let's put 20 in for now. And let's turn up that sound, just so you guys can hear that cow mooing in the background. Aha! More? We put in 20, right? So we should get exactly 5. Perfecto! Nice. Alright, and that's enough for that. And Malin says, thanks, sucker! Well, that's not nice. He did take all my money, though. You're not a nice guy, are you? Alright, well, 12 steaks is good, but, you know, I could use some bread. So let's put in 25 in there. Let's get ourselves 5 more rupees. Waiting, and 5. That's all we get. We're gonna buy some bread with that. Don't waste it feeding birds, Malin says. Okay, I won't. I'll eat these myself. I wonder. I got 4 bones left. I wonder if I could cheat him. No. Oh, and I don't even get it back. Well, I can always take this one. Yoink. I'll take that back. Ah, there you go. Okay, so even if I don't put in enough, it will buffer the thing. Alright, let's turn the sound back down. And let's take a look behind the scenes, shall we? Of course, we got our handy-dandy switcheroni. Alright, and let's take a look at the trading post shop first. Now, you guys probably have already seen designs by, say, Sethbling or Ethos. My design is pretty much based off of theirs. I'm not going to take credit for that, because I did indeed learn how this whole comparator thing stuff works. But I did have to tweak it for my own particular needs, namely adding the command block there to add to your scoreboard. Okay, so we messed around with scoreboards last time with villages, and we've messed around with hoppers and stuff like that before. This is all feeding into here. We've got a limit break, so to speak. Basically what happens is that right now it is just under the threshold, or it is 5 away from going into a output signal of 3. So the comparator can only send an output signal of 2 right now due to how much items there are inside of it. As soon as we add 5 more items to it, so if I add, say, 1, 2, 3, 4 to that, the signal doesn't go high still. Right? As soon as we go 5 over, it's gonna start triggering and gives us 1 rupee for the 5 that we just put in there. Over here, what we have is, I'm gonna be careful not to let good old Talon out by accident. What we have here, this is Sethbling's thing, where essentially this triggers a long delay so that this will drain exactly 5 items out of the hopper. So turn the hopper off and allow 5 items to drain out of it before it turns back on and stops it from draining entirely. The problem that I had with Sethling's design was that if you put in, say, 10 or 15 items at a time, it won't give you a output signal 5-10 times. It won't give you the appropriate ratio. So if I put 10 zombie meat in, I'm not going to get 2 rupees or 2 whatever dispenser thing if you guys are doing this with dispenser shops, right? Because this could be, you can easily trade that command block for a dispenser somewhere along the line, and that will just shoot out an item for the customer. The original setup that he had in his video, and which I'll link in the video description below, doesn't output several times. So what I did here is, once again, we got our little pulse through the repeater, through the piston rather, and that will kickstart this clock circuit going around here. And the clock circuit will continually cycle and trigger our command block here, which is just giving us 1 rupee at a time, and also plays a little nice music note. You might notice there is missing redstone there. That's because there is a piston over here, and that piston is connected back to this signal from the comparator. So as soon as the comparator signal drops back down to 2, no longer reaches here, that piston no longer connects the clock together, and the clock will stop running, and it's timed exactly precisely so that it will fit the ratio perfectly. And I've tested it with stacks and stacks of stuff, and it seems to be pretty much on the ball. For a mass amount, like say 100 items, the timing might screw up along the way, but for anything under 50 items at a time should be okay. And of course this is designed for adventure maps, so I'm not really expecting players to have like 50 meat that they want to, like 100 meat that they want to do at once. I'm expecting them to do it every time they come by to the village, that kind of stuff. Alright, so same setup for the bones. It just mirrored image, and I've tried to make it as compact as possible here. You guys will just have to poke around to find out where the piston blocks are, because they're kind of hidden when you're going through this. So that's just mirrored on the other side and is exactly the same as this side. And basically I could fit 2 things at the trading post, so maybe I'll have other villages have more trading posts, or you can mix shops with a trading part as well. For example, if you had a butcher, he'll be gladly taking your meat and giving you steak. Or if you have, for example, a farmer, he would love to have bone meal, and so you can huck a bone meal at him and pick up whatever. Alright, so let's take a look at the shop here. Shops acts very simply. I got 4 rupees right now, so let's buy some more bread. And he'll say the same thing as before, because that's all I programmed it to say. Take a look behind. This is actually way more simpler than the trading post. Alright, the first command block that you can actually see over here, in adventure mode players won't be able to change this anyway, so it's fine. I could also put it right underneath, 1 more block underneath the ground, and have the redstone wire run to it as well. I just kind of got a little bit lazy there. Okay, so let's take a look at this. The first one, test for, sees if the player has a minimum of 3, which is the required amount to buy some bread. If he does, then this comparator will output a signal, and it will go through this one, which will give us 10 pieces of bread, then remove the 3 rupees, and then finally we'll give a little prompt to allow the player to know that something has happened. I tried doing a not enough cash prompt, but I realized that eventually afterwards that it was quite tricky to do, namely because there is no if then else function currently. If there was, it would be very easy to do, and as it is right now, I try to keep my design compact because I intend to use it in an adventure map. I am just going to count on the player to realize when they push the button and nothing happens, that they go, oh okay, I just didn't have enough money. I'm just counting on the players to be a little bit smart. Alright, there is an opportunity for me to connect something to, say, out of this redstone torch or something, to use an AND gate. The reason why I have this redstone torch connected to the comparator, or the comparator rather, if we take a look on this side here, oh, this one's not even connected to the correct thing. Derp. I might have to fix that for the video, for the thing later on. Okay. So we have this redstone torch connected to the comparator, and you see it turns off the comparator. And what happens is that underneath this we have the button is right above that block, and it's just gonna blink off that torch right here. It's gonna blink that torch off, but of course the command block will go first because that goes through a quote-unquote repeater function, so there's gonna be about half a tick behind, and the comparator will have a chance to output a signal. If it doesn't output a signal through the command block, then nothing changes at all. But the main reason why we have that is because if we leave that on like this, right, and even if I have 5 rupees, let's just get ourselves up there. So even if I have 5 rupees, because the comparator has already set an output of 5, okay, so we have 5 rupees, right? Because this comparator has already detected that I bought something already once, it stays on, and me pushing the button this time around is not going to change the update through this. So I have this real simple solution, was to set a redstone torch connected to the comparator, and that'll cause a little quick update blink, and that will cause this to update if the comparator detects something out of this test4 command. And that's a real quick fix that I figured out for this. I'm sure there's another way to do it, but what I like about it so far is that it's relatively tileable. It's just a straight line this way, and you can have a shop that sells multiple things. You can even stack them on top of each other, just because it's nice and narrow and compact as well. And Malin seems to be doing better than his brother. He's wearing a lot more white. Pretty sure the trading post is some kind of government job. Anyways, guys, I will have the download for this world in the video description below, so do check it out and enjoy. I hope you guys like it. If you do, leave a comment. As always, my name is MrScaryMuffin, and I will see you guys next time. Ciao.